Hey there, this is the One Boom, and today we're going to be talking about taking a step forward, something that I've been struggling with a lot over the last few years, and I just wanted to talk about here on the channel now. Now, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you've seen my channel go through ups and downs where I'm able to upload like consistently every day, every other day, multiple times a week, and times that I just disappear for months, and then when I come back, I'm like, hey guys, simple commentary because I don't really want to work too hard. And this is usually happens when all of my motivation leaves my body. I have a couple of poorly performing videos, the thing that I'm covering no longer interests me, like in the case of Black Ops 6, and that's a whole different video. But really, it comes down to just having that inability to make progress, and then, I think rightfully so, trying to focus on making whatever amount of progress I feasibly can. Like, thinking about making a video stresses me out, or I don't have the motivation or the inspiration to do that, but maybe I do. I just have to not put so much pressure on it, and then I can actually, get something done. If I think about it as something that needs to be perfect or big or spectacular or well edited or super relevant to what's currently going on the internet, then it's stressful. But if I just think, okay, I'm gonna make a video because people are subscribed to me and they probably want me to upload those. And then it's like, hey, whatever you can do, whatever it takes. Maybe it's a 5-minute commentary about like a new gun in the game. Maybe it's like a little rant about teammates being bad or something. But it gives somebody something to watch, whether they're watching it intently or it's on in the background while they're playing video games. I just want to give somebody something to turn on and enjoy. And it's hard to do that unless you're willing to take that first step. And that first step might be a lot of different things. It might be writing down the title of a video, it might be typing up a short script or a couple bullet points that you can remember for the script. It might be capturing some gameplay. Either way, if you're like me and you struggle with attention, you struggle with motivation, you struggle with satisfaction just in general. So if you're like me and you basically have ADHD, it's very difficult to get motivated to do difficult work if you don't have an emotional connection to it and if you don't have it laid out in front of you in a way that makes sense. So, for instance, it's difficult to take steps towards something that you don't either see immediate results from or the results you do get from it are inconsistent. And that's a big one. When the results you're getting from something are inconsistent, like with YouTube, it's very easy to be demotivated if you're sort of trying to hack and use the reward center of your brain and your reward is sort of randomly generated, it feels. It's very demotivating and it's kind of sad. Whether or not you're making YouTube videos or studying for something or trying to learn a skill, like you're trying to learn how to play guitar, you're trying to learn how to dance, trying to learn how to skateboard, you have to first make the time for it and decide that it's worth sacrificing other things and it's worth it for that delayed gratification. And you have to figure out why that's worth it for you. Try to write down 3 reasons the thing you want to do is worth it for you. This was really hard for me, but I came up with 3 things kind of off the top of my head about my YouTube channel that make it worth it. 1, it impresses people, including myself when it does well. It is an impressive thing to be able to say, yeah, I'm a successful micro-celebrity. That's kind of fun to do, and that's exciting, and I can get emotionally motivated by saying this to myself. Next up, can provide for me and my partner. Turning my hobby into something that can provide actual value and build savings and pay for the internet for the month and stuff like that, that's motivating. And then personal fulfillment. I like getting my ideas out, whether it's like this in a commentary or just writing down a script. I write down a lot of scripts you guys don't see because I just needed to get the idea out. And once I got it out, I realized I don't really have that idea and I write a whole different script. And without YouTube, I wouldn't have that outlet. That wouldn't naturally just occur to me in normal life. So I really like that the channel gives me that level of personal fulfillment. Once you have those things down, the most important thing you need to do is take that first tiny step. So if you wanted to, let's say, learn guitar, you put down on a list, okay, learn guitar. And that's a very big, broad, weighted statement that has a lot of implications that are both emotional and practical. Then when you think, okay, I need to go apply for a job, that's also a long list of rejection and tasks and filling things out and writing things down, and it's not easy. If you're like, okay, I need to write a script, that's a whole other thing. But if you break this down into smaller pieces, you're sort of able to give yourself motivation by just putting yourself in a position of momentum, like an object in motion stays in motion. This counts for us. If you want anything to happen in your life, the thoughts need to become actions. They need to be actions. They need to be actions even adjacent to what you want. Like, you want to be motivated to play the guitar. You really want to learn guitar, but it sounds really hard. Maybe the first step isn't, okay, grab the guitar. You know, you don't have to break it down that much. You could have it be a little bit more outside of the box than that. How about you go find a documentary on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or whatever. You find a documentary about famous guitar players, or a singular famous guitar player, or music in general, and you watch that, or a fictional film, or a film based on a true story about a guitar player. Go watch that and motivate yourself. You are in charge of lighting your own fire in life. You are in charge of keeping your own flame of motivation lit, and you are not going to do that in your own head. Your head is going to tell you all of the reasons not to do something or why something is too difficult. So this is when we break it down. So we break this down into smaller things. It's not learning to play the guitar. It is simply dusting off, picking up, and tuning the guitar. Like, my goal for today is to tune the guitar. But then once the guitar is in your hands and it's tuned, okay, then your goal shifts. Okay, well, it's in my hands and it's tuned. It'd be kind of silly if I didn't, like, practice a chord, you know? One chord. Just practice one chord over and over again. Pick it, strum it, that one chord, until you're sick of it, then get a second one down. And I'm not telling you that that's your to-do list. I'm saying go tune the guitar and see what the fuck happens. And over the years, I've used various things to motivate myself. Sometimes it's not go make a video, it's go download a bunch of music that you can put in your videos. Well, then when you have a bunch of music that, you know, you like the sound of and you want to put in your videos, you suddenly start feeling motivated to make a video because you have all this music for it. My first step was tidying up my desk and my gaming room, my office, and then it sort of branches forward from there. And now I'm sitting here recording audio about a subject that's been on my mind a lot lately. Now, psych, this is where the gameplay changes, and yeah, that's Destiny gameplay on your screen, baby. Destiny is a game I've always loved. If you guys are new to the channel, then you don't know this, but I used to play a lot of Destiny on the channel. I used to talk about Destiny a lot. I also I did like back when I was a wee lad, I did a full, like, Let's Play with webcam, like, Markiplier style Let's Play of the Destiny 1 campaign. It's on my channel still somewhere. It's fucking terrible. Do not watch it. If I see you guys commenting on that Destiny playthrough, I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Bungie or marketing decisions or business ethics. I enjoy Destiny. Nothing's taking that away from me. Bark up the wrong tree if you want to, but I don't give a shit. I like Destiny, and getting into Destiny has been this thing that I can never do because I left the game after I beat the base original game of Destiny 2, did everything in it, and then they removed content. They released all these DLCs, released all this content, changed the way armor works, changed the way leveling works, changed everything about the game. Now Destiny 2 is bigger now. It's like 3 times as big as it was at launch, despite all the content they removed. It is a massive game with a lot of replayability, a lot of PvP and PvE experiences, dungeons, campaign missions, strikes, raids, Crucible, trials, all of these things. It is a nightmare of content. I have barely scratched the surface, it seems, and I've been playing non-stop for the last 2 months. I haven't been streaming it. I haven't been making videos about it because I didn't think anybody would care. But here I am talking about the fact that this game really cemented this in me. So I was playing the game by myself, and I looked at all of my inventory, I looked at all my weapons and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting almost a little bored. I've gotten a lot of stuff, you know, I still have a lot to do, but damn, like, I did a lot in the last 2 months. It feels like a second full-time job playing Destiny. And then it dawned on me. This was a game that every time I tried to get into, it overwhelmed me with all of the new that they added. I ended up leaving because I didn't feel like I had the time. But it started with just little steps. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just a little bit of motivation. Thinking about it as a game that I could play with my friends casually that isn't competitive, that was the first bit of motivation. I already like Destiny, that's the second piece. Getting my girlfriend into it was the third piece. And then I just sort of chipped away at things, campaigns I hadn't played before, working towards weapons I had never played with before, working towards armor sets I thought looked cool. And it's all very achievable and very doable. The game is an ADHD trap because it's the perfect blend of very tedious and grindy, but also very varied in its experiences. And then also you get that reward. It's not terribly delayed. If you go towards something, you're likely going to get it. Maybe not the perfect god roll of everything, but when it comes to oh, I like this armor set, yeah, you can hop into a playlist of some kind of some amount and play it until you get the thing or the currency that lets you buy the thing, So it is funny to me that in Destiny 2 there is an example that I think I need to take through the rest of my life. This is a video game that should be fun, and yet I stressed myself out of playing it because it overwhelmed me. And now I'm chipping away at it and just enjoying chipping away at it. And there's motivating factors. I think the big thing that people leave out when they make commentaries like this about just, turn your life into something smaller and more achievable, they miss something. And I think this is the big thing that's helping me, and this is why I'm making this video. You need to be emotionally invested in what you're doing. You're not gonna get into that weird MMO RPG FPS your friends play unless you want to. You can't quit drugs unless you want to. You can't get a girlfriend unless you really want to. That guy that's 25 and has never kissed a girl, even though he claims to be straight and claims to like girls and claims that they just don't like him. No, bro, you don't like trying. You don't like doing it. You are not gonna put in the time that would be required to foster a relationship with someone like that. I know attractive, funny, charismatic people that don't have any partners because they've not put forward any effort. The moment you start putting forward effort, things start falling into place. But you have to take that first step forward. You have to want it. Wanting it's the first step. The first step is not just writing it down or chopping it into smaller pieces. The first step is soul searching yourself and finding an emotional motivation to do something. There are video games that I will not play right now, but meeting the right group of people, being in the right mental headspace, it might eventually, whatever game it might be something I end up playing 800 hours of in the future because, well, yeah, the circumstances are different, and now emotionally I'm connected to the experience, and I want to have that experience with certain people or even just by myself. I can see myself eventually getting into Animal Crossing because it's going to scratch an itch that I'm going to have as I get older, something like that. It's just one example. I don't know why that came to my mind. Now I seem like a weird closeted Animal Crossing fan. I wouldn't even be closeted. I mean, it's a cool looking game. Not that I want to play it or that I'd be embarrassed that I want to play it. I'm overthinking the fuck out of this. Point is, I absolutely encourage you to find within yourself what makes you tick. Why do you want something? What makes you sit down and play a video game? Find the characteristics about that and we'll talk. In fact, we'll be talking about this shortly because the next commentary I do like this that's about life is going to be about asking yourself why you do the things you do and finding out that motivation lies within the answer. I want to talk about this because I've been thinking a lot about it and I don't really have an outlet for these thoughts, and I have this little YouTube channel here, and I thought, hey, maybe I should share this with you guys. And even if just 100 people watch this, that's 100 people hearing this idea, where normally it'd be nobody hearing this idea. So yeah, thank you guys for clicking on this basic gameplay commentary. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Use the links in the description below to get discounts on awesome products like Into the AM apparel and Glitch Energy. Buy